This is our lecture number 38. Again, in this lecture, we are discussing about the WH questions. The question is, where does she go? The question is, where does she go? Answer is, she goes to Mumbai. So here, when we discuss about this question, then we see that this question has begun with where, and where means what? A place. This question demands a place, because where is the WH word which demands a place, and that's why where does she go? Answer is, she goes to Mumbai. So to Mumbai is the place, and where has taken the answer in to Mumbai, and that's why here when we see that of where, then we see that this question has begun with where, then there is the does, then there is the subjects he, she, it, and then main verb, object, complement, and at the end of the question there is the question mark. So this is the structure of the WH question, and the answer is the simple answer. The answer is always simple, SVOC. The answer comes in the structure of SVOC. The second question is there, who plays on the ground? Who plays on the ground? The answer is, Mohan plays on the ground. The question is, who plays on the ground? The answer is, Mohan plays on the ground. So when we look into these two structures, at first we look to the structure of who. So this structure has begun with who. Then there is plays, because the WH question of who, or the WH question which begins with who, is very different from other WH questions. So this question begins with who, and then there comes the main verb, and then there comes the complement, and at the end of the question there comes the question mark. So this is the structure of who questions, or who WH questions. We should do always like this. And the answer is, Mohan plays on the ground. Who plays on the ground? Mohan plays on the ground. So the answer is in the simple structure. Simple structures means only SVOC structure. SVOC structure means subject, verb, object, complement plus full stop. In this structure, always the answer will come. The answer of every WH question will come in the structure of SVOC. We should remember, and we should study according to this structure. The next question is, whom does she call? Whom does she call? So here this question has begun with whom, and here this whom is asking about the name. Whom means to whom, or whom means this whom is asking about the name of a person, about the name of a thing. Whom does she call? Whom does she call means who is the person who is there to whom she calls. That is the explanation. So whom does she call? The answer is, she calls her friend. The answer is, she calls her friend. So her friend is the real answer. Whom? The real answer of whom is her friend. So when we discuss about this question has begun with whom, then there is does, then there is he, she, it subject, then there is the main verb, and at the end of the WH question there is the question mark, and the answer has come in the SVOC structure. Next question, whose son does he like most? Whose son does he like most? So this is the question. So this question has begun with whose, and whose son means this whose has taken son word as a complementary word there. This son is helping to whose, and that's why the structure has become whose son does he like most. So whose son, then there is the does, then there is his subject, then there is the main verb, and then there is the complement, and at the end of the question there is the question mark. So this is the structure of the WH question, and the answer is he likes Kishore's son most. Whose son does he like most? The answer is he likes Kishore's son most. So when we see detail the answer here, so we can say that the answer begins with subject, then main verb, means again the same thing, SVOC pattern. So he is the subject, likes is the verb, Kishore's son is the object, and most is the complement there, and then there is the full stop. Remember, we forget to give the full stop at the end of the sentence, so we should give the full stop always. So likes, how likes has been made there, or how likes has been created there. Likes means does plus like. For example, does plus play is equal to plays, does plus enter is equal to enters, like this. Next question is, which book does he like always? Which book does he like always? So he or that subject is asking here about the name of the book. Which book? So here this question has begun with which, and this which word has taken book word as the complement. So which book does he like always? So here we will see the total question. So the question has begun with which, then it has taken book word as complement or complementary word, then there is the does helping verb, then there is the subject he she it, then there is the main verb, and then there is the complements, or there are the complements, and at the end of the question there is the question mark. So again we will see which book does he like always. The answer is he likes the Roses book always, means the name of the book is The Roses, and this The Roses is the name of that book, and that's why the question is which book does he like always, and the answer is he likes the Roses book always. So likes word has been created through does plus like. Again I will say does plus like is equal to likes, does plus play is equal to plays. The next question is, which book gives knowledge really? Which book gives knowledge really? So when we see this question in detail, then this question is also begun with, or has begun with which, and this which has taken with it a complementary word, and that is the book. So which book gives knowledge really? So when we see detail this question, then we will see that which book, which is the WH word, book is the complementary word helping, which is helping to which, and gives is the main verb, and knowledge is the object, really is the complement, and at the end of that question there is the question mark. So again I will read the question. Which book gives knowledge really? The answer is the Ramayana, the holy book, Ramayana, the holy book, the holy scripture gives knowledge really. So the answer is that the Ramayana, the holy book or the holy scripture gives knowledge really. So the answer has come in the SVOC structure. So here we have finished today's topic. Again I will request you that the corona is outside and it is waiting for us, because this corona has sat there to kill us, to digest us or to kill us. So that's why we should not go outside and we should stay only in homes. I hope that we will be there only in homes. Thank you very much.